Over the past year, we've seen a lot of companies growing to $1 trillion valuation, including most recently Nvidia almost quadrupling the price, reaching that $1 trillion valuation. What are going to be the next companies within the S&P 500 that we are going to see holding that legendary mark? Now, overall, guys, with the rise of artificial intelligence, with electronic vehicles, we are seeing a big breakthrough for a lot of different companies. So with a couple different sources, what are going to be some of the companies that we could see with that $1 trillion evaluation in the S&P 500 in the next coming years? Number one, guys, advanced micro devices. That is right, guys, AMD, kind of following in the footsteps of Nvidia. A lot of people are thinking that they are really undervalued when it comes to the processor set, when it comes to the evaluation of the company and the rise of AI, the really requirements for having these chips, these microprocessors, and building them a lot further, even though it doesn't have quite as big of a valuation that we see with Nvidia. AMD, of course, is in the same space. So when there is a need and when there is a larger company that cannot fill that need, there is going to be someone to step up. Now, as of today, guys, they are running about a $236 billion valuation, which again, over fourfold, we could definitely see that in the $1 trillion club, with AMD rising eightfold over the past 5 years. That is right. Quadrupling in price should be pretty easy to do. Some people are saying it's going to come sooner than later, again, just based on the rise of artificial intelligence and the demand for these chips. And as technology continues to go and continues to develop, there's going to be a lot more of a driving force. Second one they look at is Broadcom. Now, this one, of course, could be another $1 trillion company. Now, they currently have a market cap of $527 billion. Now, this one, of course, is, again, this is a fast track company that is kind of a semiconductor firm. They're already halfway there, looking at the valuation, looking at the Magnificent Seven with the AI stocks. Really 30 to 40 times of the earning is what they are doing overall. And the next one we look at, of course, is Berkshire Hathaway, guys. Now, if you know anything about this company, it is a company that really has the legendary investor Warren Buffett. Now, with the unfortunate passing of Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway are going to be a driving force. Now, they have grown incredibly, and even through 2023, guys, they were sitting on a massive amount of money. Not to mention the huge size, the dividends that they get. It seems like it is going to be a several years away from the $1 trillion valuation, but it is going to be there. Now, a lot of people are also saying that it might not be as far away as we've seen, because within the next year or two, 2024, guys, this year, of course, this is on New Year's Day, they are expecting the growth of the stock market in 2024 from almost all of the things that I see, all of the valuations. A lot of the forecasters saying 2024, being an election year, is going to be a massive year for the stock market, guys. So now is the time to start investing, dollar costing averaging, and then watching it go up throughout the year. Now, remember, stock market, guys, is about a 3 to 5 year investment at least. That is kind of the minimum that you want your money in the stock market. So even if there is short-term gains, we want to turn them into long-term gains over 3 to 5 years. And also, guys, if you like the content that I'm providing, consider subscribing down to the channel, and let's continue with this list. So the next one is Eli Lilly. Now, this one I was not quite as familiar with, but this is a big pharma company that has a $522 billion valuation due to massive drug potentials that they have in the market. Now, of course, this is going to be huge, guys. They're working right now on a treatment for diabetes, which, again, if that takes off, it is going to be crazy. They're also working on a evaluation or a drug that is going to treat obesity. The two of the major things that we see facing Americans in the United States in general, obesity, and of course, looking at the treatment of diabetes. This could be a massive company, guys. If these definitely take off, this is going to be a company that is going to rocket right into that $1 trillion valuation. The next one we look at is Meta. Meta is another one, guys. Their market cap is $919 billion. So they are not very far away from that $1 trillion valuation. And of course, guys, with new products coming out, new services coming out, there are a lot of companies that are kind of in the same space. When you look at Google, when you look at Amazon, when you look at Meta, they're all kind of doing a lot of different things, and a lot of things that are really centered and focused around artificial intelligence, and also a lot going into the research and development. Now, we've seen Meta shares go from $360 to rallying to almost $600 a share. So there has been a little bit kind of up and down with Meta, but overall a really single stock to put money into. Then, of course, guys, Tesla is another one. Even though a lot of people are kind of saying, hey, is Tesla overvaluated? Is it worth too much? It can definitely be a $1 trillion company, guys. It's going to be a $1 trillion company. Even though there was a market downturn, it's a massive company when it comes to electric vehicles. Now, right now, it says the market cap is around $804 billion. Getting back to the $1 trillion status in the future is going to be there. Now, again, a lot of people are kind of skeptic on Tesla stock overall because of the EV sales slowing down. But overall, in my opinion, guys, the sales might be a little bit lower in 2024, but we're going to see a lot of this kind of pick up as we see rates start coming down from the government itself when rates start going down. And the final one we're looking at, guys, is Visa. Now, this one, guys, is another mega cap company that is going towards the $1 trillion mark. Now, overall with this one, if you look at a majority of Americans' wallet, most of the cards are Visa. I see probably 10 times more Visa cards than I do MasterCards, than I do American Express. Now, this, of course, is kind of crazy because it shows that the share price was $15 to $20 per share in 2008 to around $260 as of today. So, I mean, you're talking, I know, over the course of 15 years, but $15 to $20, if you'd had your money in Visa for that 15 years, is now around $260 a share, which is kind of crazy. They're also expecting the possibility of another stock split for Visa going into next year. And then, of course, guys, this is one of the major payment processors that are in the marketplace. Like I said, a majority of places do take and will accept Visa cards. It is really the preferred method of payment for a majority of people. So looking at Visa, looking at Tesla, Meta, looking at Lilly, Berkshire Hathaway, Broadcom, and then, of course, AMD, the advanced micro devices. They are going to be some individual stocks to really watch as they continue to grow, continue into the $1 trillion valuation club, guys. It's going to be a matter of time before they are. But overall, my personal opinion, that is the reason why I only invest in 8 ETFs, is when you look at them and when you look at their evaluation, going into something like the Vanguard, the VOO, the S&P 500, you're going to own a percentage of all of these companies across the board. So even if they do increase in value and they do pass that $1 trillion valuation mark, you're going to own them in your portfolio just where you want them to be. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.